Okay, I want to welcome everybody here this morning to the special training, Friday training. Excited to be sharing with you some information, to coincide with what we've been talking about over the last week or maybe week and a half in regards to building your business. The presence that you have online, how you're positioning yourself, what your posture is, what your mindset is, some of those things. We're going to really kind of get it to a place today where you can start to make some decisions on exactly what you need to do for your business. I'm going to be talking about some specific things that I see out there, and really try to help you as far as my side. Okay, my opinion on what's going on. And my opinion comes from a lot of trial and error, and it also comes from a lot of spending money and wasting money and spinning my wheels and trying to figure out what in the world, how does this thing work? I don't get it. Everybody else seems to be having success and I'm struggling. So maybe you're in that seat here today. Maybe you're like, man, I've got to figure this out. I've been doing this for a while. It's just not working. Or maybe you're brand new, someone invited you for the very first time to come learn about Lionshare. This is not going to be a presentation specific on Lionshare, but I think what you're going to get a feel here today is the value that you get outside of our products and services, the community that we have, and some of those things. So, what we're going to start with here today are the instructions on how you can win 1000 Tron here today. Okay, we're going to be doing a drawing at the very end of this presentation, not at the beginning. So, you have to stay the entire time. So, here's the way it's going to work. If you look at the host here on your screen, you're going to see that we do have a host named Marie Elena. Okay, you want to be sending the information that I'm about to ask you for to her. Okay, if you are an existing member, that means that you have already have a paid membership inside of Lionshare. All you're going to need to do right now, or at least before this meeting ends, is you're going to want to send your ID to Marie. Okay. All you have to do is send it to her in the chat. Don't send it to me. Don't send it to Stephanie. Don't send it to Marlene. Don't send it to Amy. I see the other host out there. Don't do that. Send it to Marie. Okay. She's going to be the one that is compiling the list. And like I said, I'll stop halfway through and tell y'all to do that again. Now, listen, if you're brand new, okay, so you're just visiting for the first time, you don't have a Lionshare ID, first of all, congratulations for showing up. We appreciate it. I hope that you're going to get a lot of value. But in order to get your name in the drawing, we want you to send your first name and your last initial. Okay, so that's it. Your first name and last initial. Or you're going to want to send that to Marie Elena, and she's going to be compiling the list while I'm doing this training, and we'll get this thing rolling. And like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stop midway through and remind everybody of how to do this again. So trying to plug in my iPad here so I can draw for you guys. Okay, so we're going to get this thing started. Let me see if I can actually make this thing show up for y'all today. If you guys remember last time, it was a magic show when I was trying to get my iPad to share with you. So we're going to go over right now. We're going to go over some of the things that we've already discussed, just to kind of recap on exactly what is going on here. Okay. And okay, so it looks like everybody can actually see my screen right now, which is awesome. Can you, Stephanie? I can see you. I can't see everybody. Can you give me a one if you can see actually what I'm doing here? Okay, it's a blank screen. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is we're going to talk about just really quickly, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I want to recap some of the things that we talked about in the last couple trainings, to help you understand, what is required in order for you to really expand your online presence. What is required for you to be the leader that people want to follow, most importantly, and then getting into like how do we actually do some of this stuff, right? I mean, there's a lot of talk going on, but how do we implement some of those things? That's kind of what we're going to get today. So if you guys remember, the very first thing that I talked about here, in these trainings were mindset. And by the way, if I spell a word wrong, don't judge me because I'm not a very good speller, but it's just the way it is. So, but number one, mindset. You have to have your mind right. And I know a lot of people want to skip this step, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it today. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Okay, without this one right here, without number one, the rest of the steps don't matter at all. Okay, they absolutely do not matter. If you don't have your mind in a place that has you with some clarity, number one, what you really truly want, what you believe, things like that, and also the mindset that you can actually do this rather than you can't, or whatever it is that you've put in your head, it's going to be really challenging. Okay, I'm not saying that you can't have success without having the best mindset or best outlook. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But what I am saying is that in order for you to grow, you first have to become that person, or at least be in the process of becoming that person, right? You don't just magically become a millionaire. That's why you see a lot of lottery winners lose it as soon as they get it, because they didn't have the mind to actually, have that much money and be able to facilitate it. So they start giving it away. They start spending on whatever. And what you see is like 70% of lottery winners become bankrupt, right? It's a pretty sad deal, but it's because their mind wasn't where it needed to be when they received those funds. So, this building process, this journey that you're in right now, even if it's a rocky one, even if it's been hard, even if you haven't had the success that you want, a lot of times that is what you have to go through to get to where you want to be, right? I mean, sometimes you have to go through some crap in order to get to the place that you want to be. And that may be where some of you guys are at right now. You're like, I'm in hell, like, get me out of here, right? How do we get out of this place? Well, sometimes that echoes in your voice. It echoes in the way that you talk to people. They can see it in your demeanor, your body language, even your messaging that you're putting out there, right? So the very first thing is we got to get your mind right. And that's something that is a process. It's not something that you're going to be able to do today, but if you're not at least taking the time to work on yourself a little bit, by working on yourself, I'm not a big reader. I know they say readers are leaders. I don't know if I agree with that 100%, but I'm not a big reader. So I listen to stuff or I watch videos. And there's some great people out there. I've told you guys, I really like Jim Rohn. He's probably my favorite out there as far as mindset, being able to do that. Tony Robbins is a great one. Les Brown. There's a lot of great ones out there that you can follow, that you can learn from. Okay. So mindset, number one. Number two, what we talked about is we talked about the philosophy. I think I forgot an O there. The philosophy of, what is your message? What are you trying to get out there? Okay. And what I mean by that is when you're on Facebook or you're on Twitter, you're on any type of social media out there, let me ask you a question. What are you putting out there? Are you just throwing your link out there and expecting people to sign up for you? Or what is the message that you are giving out there? And what I talked about is trying to find what your core beliefs are or what your core messages are. If you look at politicians, remember I talked about politicians and how if you look at politicians, they always have the specific things that they go back to. No matter what question they're asked, no matter if they're talking about the energy, but their stance is on something else, they always go back to that. They may answer a question, but they always start and they always end with their philosophy or their beliefs or their stance on a specific item. So in the world right now, people are looking for people that are going to give them the information that their beliefs or their philosophies align with them. So when we start relating that to business, what is it? What do you stand for? Maybe it's if your market is the crypto market, or if your market's the making money from home market, or maybe it has nothing to do with that, or maybe it's the two of them combined. What is it that you believe? What do you see out there that you didn't steal that from someone else, but it's like, it's truly what you believe, like when I look out there, I believe that, the market, you guys have probably heard me say this. I think that the market has been jacked up over the last several years because of these platforms that have come and said, hey, you don't have to do anything at all, just magically show up and earn money. And I think it's ruined the work ethic of this industry. I'm not saying that there's not good platforms out there that have done it. What I'm saying is people began to expect something for nothing. How many times have you heard me say that when I've been on a call? I talk about it a lot. So, that would be an example of your philosophy on what you truly believe. Some people are going to align with that. Some people are going to think that's super controversial of what I just said, and they're not going to like it. And that's okay, right? Because controversy sometimes brings the people that you want into it. Just look at the US right now, right? I mean, there's a country divided when you look at the political side of it. I will never talk about that, but there's a lot of controversy on both sides, right? And statements that are being made that just it raises the attention, right? It gets that attention. So think about that when you're thinking about, your philosophy on exactly what you're doing. The third thing we talked about is we talked about value. I know I can spell this one right. Value, right? How much value are you giving to the marketplace? And when we talk about value, I'm talking about giving value in the way of your beliefs, your philosophy, the videos that you have, the information that you can share, the books, all those things that people are looking for. People are looking for someone to follow. So these things that you believe, being able to put those in a way that you can provide value to the marketplace without expecting anything whatsoever in return. Right. I mean, that's the big catch here. A lot of people do this with the intent that, hey, I'm going to sell you something. There's nothing wrong with that. But let me tell you something. People buy from people. They don't buy products and services. They join people, right? So you have to become that person that someone wants to follow. You have to give unbelievable value. You have to do something that stands apart from anybody else out there. So the question is, how do you do that? You do that by just, taking whoever your leader is, using every piece of information that they have and going from there. You can do that and you might get some signups, right? Do you get that by just doing exactly, showing up and letting the company be your voice? You're going to get some signups, right? But when your business is truly going to take off, when you're going to be able to change things for you, regardless of what business, service, or opportunity that you do, people are following you. It's when you put the value out there every single day, whether it be in social media, to your list on email, whether it be your blog, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever platform that you want, making sure that you're giving the value, right? The fourth thing that we talked about, and it's what we talked about last time, is really the sales process, right? What is your sales process? And for many of you, you don't really have a sales process. Most of you are just relying on whatever. Like, you're going to talk to some people and hope and pray that they sign up with you. That's your sales process, right? There's not something in place that could be duplicatable for your team. It's just something that works for you. So, you don't have to have that duplication right this second, especially if you're not a massive leader, but you need to have something in mind that you're going to show every single person that comes into your team, right? It goes back to that value thing. If you're just going to join me just to join me, just to make the money, but you have no direction on where to go or what it is that you're doing, you don't know what the sales process is. Okay, now that I'm in, what do I do? Right? Do I sit here and twiddle my thumbs? Should I just call all my friends and family? Do I market online? Do I start posting my link on Facebook and people just sign up because I did? Right? I mean, those are the things that we see out there constantly. And you've heard me talk about this. If your sales process is to grab your link and to throw it on your Facebook wall, or to tweet it out there to people, or anything like that, my suggestion to you is immediately stop, okay? Because it's never going to work, right? No one's ever just going to sign up with you because you threw your link out there. The way that you get people to be attracted to you is you start to put the information out there with your philosophy, and you do it by adding value, right? And then you send them through a sales process, okay? Because eventually what's going to happen is, as you build relationships with people, they will begin to ask what you do, or you can begin to make offers at the end of adding whatever your value is. Like, hey, think about it like this. Think about it like, hey, hey, I appreciate y'all watching this video. Some of you might be wondering what I do to actually earn income from home, or maybe you'd like to work with me personally where I could help you, be able to get to whatever level you want financially. If that's you, go on and check out this website right here. I did a free training giving you the 7 steps to financial freedom. I don't know. I made that up off the top of my head, but that's a lot better, situation than, hey, here's my link. And as soon as you click this link, it's going to take you directly to sign up for a business that you don't know much about. You understand there's a major, major difference. So what we did talk about in the sales process is we talked about what 97% or more of people in network marketing or in internet marketing or affiliate marketing or whatever type of marketing you want to talk about is exactly what they do. Is if they are marketing online, they usually have one page that is considered your landing page or your lead capture page, okay? And this page right here is only designed to gather information. All you're trying to get is a name and an email address from this. And what you're doing on this page, or what you should be doing on this page, is offering something that you know that the people already want. Now, how would you know what they already want? Well, because they've been listening to your philosophies, you've been giving them the value, and you made this offer after doing that, right? You didn't just throw it up on your Facebook wall. You went back and you said, hey, here's my sense. You guys have probably seen this, over the last several years, this market has really struggled. If you've been looking to make income from home, you've probably seen a bunch of ads out there, people telling you you don't have to do anything, any work whatsoever. You'll just magically make money. Well, let me be the very first to just stand up here and tell you that is not accurate. That would never, ever happen. Whoever's telling you that is lying to you. That's controversial, right? If you'd like to learn how I make money, I'm going to be doing these videos. I'm going to be doing videos once a day, or I'm going to be posting blogs once a day, or you can get on my email list. All you have to do is click on this link. And I actually did a free training for you. You see the difference, okay? That's what you want on this landing page. You want there to be some type of value. But I'm going to talk about the landing page in more detail here in just a second, because it's really one of your most important pieces when it comes to marketing your business. Now, what 97% of people do right now in this business is they do have a landing page if they're marketing online. Now, whether they created the landing page or they got it from a leader, or however they did it, a lot of people do have landing pages. Now, here's the deal. Here's the most important part. Where most people get them from is a company, right? This is what I see the most is you'll see these giant companies that come out with these marketing systems, and usually the marketing systems, what they cost anywhere from, let's say, $39 a month all the way up to $100 a month, right? Give me, just for those that I can see, give me a number one if you've ever seen that. You've seen a network marketing company or internet marketing company. They have this marketing system, what they call this marketing system that you have to have. They charge you these fees every single month. You guys have seen it, right? So what usually happens is they have some type of landing page. It might be a beautiful page, right? But I guarantee you there's a lot of issues on it right off the bat. We're going to talk about some of those. But what always happens is they set up this landing page, and as soon as they go to a landing page, then they go to the company website that usually has some type of video, right? You're not going to be able to see that. It has some type of video with a button to get started, right? Now, there's nothing wrong with this except for this, okay? When you send people directly from a landing page to a sign up page, there's no relationship. You're missing the relationship. The bonding that you need has to happen in between here. There's nothing happening here, okay? You're just saying, hey, give me your information. I'm going to show you the path to your financial freedom, right? You're never going to have to do anything. Just fill out your information. They send them to whatever, the Lion Share page or whatever business that you're doing, they go direct to that page. So I want you to think about this for a second. I want you to think about how you came into this project, right? My guess is that if you're here today, you either came from someone that you personally know, right? Like you actually know them in person, or you're an acquaintance with them, or you know somebody who knows somebody, you somehow know them on a personal level. Or maybe it's someone that you have met over the years in regards to social media, right? You've seen them in other platforms. So you started following, so you started chatting back and forth. You started to see that they had some success, right? So now you have this relationship, right? That is where most of you came from. Or the third one would be there's a leader that you followed for a long time, that and every single time they make a move to another company, you usually follow them and you scratch and you claw to try to get that closest position that you possibly can to them because of the scarcity that they put out there. And sometimes it's real, right? But that's what has happened. That's probably the way that you got here, right? Very few of you on this call, if I had to guess, if you're being honest, went to a landing page that someone offered that sent you directly to the Lion Share page website, and you signed up just from reading our content. Even though I think our content's good, even though I think that our video is good, I don't think that this process here works. In fact, I know that it doesn't, and 97% of you are doing it. So if you look at the statistics in this industry, what does that show us? So it shows us that most of the people are running their business wrong. You would have much better luck at just scratching this thing out completely and not marketing online than you would to market like this, because marketing traditionally takes time, or it takes some money, or it takes both. And we're going to talk about those things here in just a second. So what is that process that can actually work for you? Give me 1 second. I'm going to clear this out. What is the process that can actually work for you? We talked a little bit about that, right? We still do believe that you absolutely have to have a landing page or a lead capture page. That's number one. We're going to talk about some of the details around that. Number two, there has to be a page here that delivers value, okay? And whatever you are offering. So let's talk just really quickly about this. And I promise you, we're going to get to a point here where we're going to talk about actually where you can do some of this and what this can mean for you going forward, and how I'm actually going to assist you with some of this, okay? So just know that is coming. So, lead capture page. The lead capture page, as I said, in my opinion, there has to be something offered here that people that people already want. So, let's think about network marketing for just a second, okay? When you think about network marketing or internet marketers or affiliate marketers in general, what are a couple things that we know that they want? Okay, I'm going to look at the chat here. I want to see if you guys can throw in the chat. What are some things that we know? I need your participation here. What are some things that we know that a network marketer or an internet marketer would need? Can you guys tell me just a couple things? Like in your business right now, what is required for you to have success? Can anyone give me any feedback there? Traffic. Simon, that's a great one. You need traffic, right? You got to be able to drive people to whatever your offer is. So traffic is a good one. Another way to put that would be leads, right? Traffic, leads. We need that. Email automation, that's a good one, Valencia. Yeah, email automation. Like, when someone actually comes here, let's have a business that is working around the clock. You know what? I'm going to tell you something, Valencia, since you said this. When I very first got started in this, I already told you guys how I got started, so I'm not going to get into that. What I didn't tell you is that I didn't sign up right when I went through the funnel or right when I went through the presentation. I went through and I started receiving this dude's emails, right? And this guy was a phenomenal copywriter. So I'm reading these emails from my stockbroker job, right, where I was doing perfectly fine. And these emails is what kind of pushed me over the edge to go back and take a look. So, Valencia, that's an absolutely good one. Jose is saying your own content, your own videos. Jose, I agree with you, man. If you have the ability to do that, absolutely, right? Or another way to do it is if you don't have the confidence yet, or you don't have the abilities yet to be able to speak on video or to be able to give value, there's so many other people's value that you can latch onto as you're becoming that person, right? And creating those philosophies. So that's a really, really good one. Good people skills. Melissa, I think that's true because I think people join people in this business. I don't think they join companies. I don't think people join Lionshare just because we're Lionshare. They came here because of you, right? So just keep that in mind. Training, right? Yeah, training. Sandra, what I would say on training, it's having that duplicatable system that when you're talking to people, you can say, look, I can show you how to do this. This is not rocket science. I'm not a tech whiz, but I can show you how I do it, what my process is to be able to get traffic, like Simon said, to be able to get the leads, to send people through the sales process, to follow up with them, like Valencia said. So these are all great things, right? They're absolutely great things. And they're not new things, right? I didn't make this stuff up. I'm not the genius that came up with the internet marketing funnel system. And I think that funnel word's overused because I think there's plenty of funnels that are used offline as well, right? A sales funnel can be someone that your sales funnel, if you worked offline, could be that you go to all of these different networking events. You go and you introduce people, you take people to get drinks or take them to dinner, you become their friends, and then you tell them what you do. That could be a sales funnel, right? But I think people automatically always assume that it's something technical. That's not always the case. But the psychology behind what you're doing is always, always important. Aaron says, be yourself and deliver the information, and branding is key to educate people. Aaron, I agree, man. I think that I said this last time. I think there's some of you out there that may not believe in yourself enough to think that people would actually follow you. You know what's so cool about this is that we all have different beliefs, we all have different philosophies, but we also have different demeanors, right? Different personalities. There's some of you on this call that you're like, man, I wish this dude would shut up. I'm like so sick of hearing James's voice. He drives me crazy. Like, I don't like he talks like he's from the South. It just doesn't make any sense, right? And then there's some of you like, man, I like that dude. I can listen to him. I resonate. I know he's a family man. I know he's got kids. I know he likes soccer or sports or whatever. And I like the way, right? There's some of you that are going to be attracted to that, and there's some of you that aren't. The cool thing, that's great for everybody on here, right? There's going to be some people that can resonate with you. My very first funnel, if you will, or system that I built, I kind of looked out there and I tried to figure out what was going on. And when I came out, it was all about the shiny objects, right? All about the shiny objects. Like, what do your houses look like, your cars, and all those things. And I had like I would say like decent things. Like to me, they were nice. So my first landing page that I ever did, I had like my two cars like parked up, and I was sitting there, and then I had like I was leaning up against one of them. What a dork! But I tell you what, I had one picture on my page that was me and my family. It was me and my two daughters and my wife on the beach. And I've said a million times, that picture right there has made me more money than anything in my life ever. That one little picture. People didn't even believe it was me. They thought it was a stock photo. Now, I want to give credit to my wife and kids because, they're a lot cuter than I am. So people thought it was like a stock photo. So when I actually saw people face to face, they're like, man, I really didn't even know that you were real. I thought you were a ghost. And I'm not kidding. That's a true story. So the point is that people resonated with me because of my wife and my kids. And, I attracted a lot of people in that area. So I'm going to stop for just a second and we're going to get into some of these things on the lead capture page and the value that we have to add. And then I assure you at the end here, we're going to talk about what I think some of the best platforms to be able to do this are. And then to take it a step further, we're going to work on the three categories of people that you're going to be in. I'm going to talk about that in one second. But before I go on, if you joined in late, as you guys know, we're giving away 7,000 Tron here today. So 7 winners we're going to pool. Each person's going to win 1,000 Tron. If you just signed up, you're going to see Marie Elena is one of our co-hosts. You need to send either your ID to her if you're already a Lionshare member. Only send it once, please. Don't send it multiple times. Just one time if you're a Lionshare member. If you're new, just visiting for the first time, you're going to want to send your name, your first name, and your last initial, okay? So go ahead and do that if y'all don't mind. And if you've already done it, don't do it again. I just wanted to come out here midway through and remind you. So let's get back to this, okay? And for those of you who have been putting stuff in there, all this information, I absolutely appreciate the feedback, okay? I'm going to keep this chat up here since I'm writing on my my actual board. As long as you guys can see, I'm going to continue. So, if you guys want to add something, I'll do my best to look up here and see it, okay? I'd love this to be interactive. But let's get back to this for just a second. And we're going to talk about just these two things right here before we even get to what the next step would be, okay? And I want to talk specifically about a landing page, okay? And I want to tell you what I see as probably the biggest mistake that I see on landing pages out there, okay? Now, let me ask you a question, okay? And I want you just to be honest. How many of you out there, you do check your email on a regular basis or Facebook or whatever, and you're getting offers every single day? Or every other day or something, you're getting an offer about the next launch, or maybe it's not even the next launch, maybe it's just someone marketing something, but you follow a bunch of different marketers, you check out what they're doing, you go through their system. If you do that, give me a number 3, just type in number 3, or you can show it to me as well. Yeah, a lot of us do that, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. The only thing I would tell you is if you're going to be going through people's stuff, make sure that you're not clicking on their actual ads and charging them money, right? If they're using Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, make sure you're copying that link. Don't click on it because you're going to charge people money with no intention of buying. Now, maybe you have an intention of buying. I'm just telling you, like, for me, if I'm wanting to check stuff out, if I see an ad or something that I like, what I always do is I expand it, I grab that link, I go to another browser and I open it up because I don't want to charge these people money unless I'm for sure interested in buying. Okay. So just keep that in mind. That's just a little tip. So this landing page, in my opinion, the number one challenge that I see out there is this. Okay. If you're using a company's marketing system, or even if you're using your own, I see this a lot. I see a lot of people on this very first page. What they will do is they might offer something for free or something to get someone to enter the information, which I think is a step in the right direction. But the biggest mistake I see out there is this right here: logos. What does that mean? Logos. Think about this for a second. You come to my website, okay? You don't know who I am from Adam. You just know that you got there, whether it be through an ad or something I posted. Maybe you follow me for a second, whatever it is. You come to my landing page, okay? This very first page in my funnel, you come here, all right? And on this page, you see me either on a video or you see an image or you see just content. It doesn't matter. But at the top of that page, on the side of the page, in my video, in my picture, somewhere, you see the logo, right? You see that Lionshare logo, which I can't draw a lion, but you see my Lionshare logo. Let me ask you something. What do you think the very first thing someone's going to do is? Do you think that they're going to enter their email address right here like they're supposed to? What do you think they're going to do? Let me tell you what they're going to do. Someone said, judge the logo. Aaron's got it right. Aaron got it right. They are going to go to Google and they're going to type in Lionshare. Now, one of two things, or YouTube or wherever they do their searches, they're going to go type in lion share. So what's going to happen? One of two things, all right? Number one, they're either going to go to Google and they're going to see a behind the MLM story about James Ward and lion share and like, blah, blah, blah. I've been on there like more times than I can count. I'm only joking, but that's what people are going to do. Or here's what they're going to do. They're going to go to YouTube or wherever, and they're going to find the leader. Now, why would they be able to find the leader and not you? They came to your page. Are you not the leader? No, no, no. They're going to look for the person that has the most marketing out there. They're going to go down this little rabbit hole we call the internet. And they're going to start going to YouTube and they're going to find lion share. And then they might find some of our competitors and they're going to search and search and search. And they're going to forget all about the page that got them to the point where they started searching. So let me just straight tell you right now, if you have any logo whatsoever from any company on your landing page, get it off immediately. Okay. Because I guarantee you are losing people every single day. I don't care what the company tells you. I don't care what anyone tells you. On my other company, so like GCN, my other company, my sports wagering company, our landing pages and our marketing system that we offer for people, none of our landing pages have logos on there. You know how many times I get messages like, James, why don't you put the logo on the landing page? I write back, I'm like, do you not want to make any sales? Is that what you're trying not to do? You don't want to, because you're going to lose everything. Now, if you don't lose it to a leader, you might lose it to the company. How about that? Well, I'll just join straight with the company. You guys don't want that, right? You did the work. You got them to this page right here. This page, you got them there. So what is it that you need? You don't need a logo. All you need on this page is you need the value that you're going to give them. Okay. I'm going to use the example that I've been using. Okay. So your headline, which let me go on and actually delete some of this stuff if I can. I don't want to delete everything, so I'm just hitting the back button. Okay, so number one, we on this page right here, we're just talking specifically about this page. We need to have a headline that is going to catch someone's attention. Now, what would that be? Well, do you remember? It kind of depends on what you have to offer, number one, but more importantly, who are the people that you're trying to attract? Okay, so if I'm trying to attract crypto enthusiasts that also might want to earn income from home, maybe I would do something like this. And by the way, don't judge me because I'm doing it off the top of my head. I might put something like, hey, I'm sure you've seen the crypto craze that's been going on, and maybe you've been missing it. How would you like to be able to earn some cryptocurrency from home and also be able to provide some income for you and your family? If so, I have done a free training on the 7 steps to getting your business going online. Check it out by just entering your name and email address, and I'll show you the video on the next page. Obviously, my content would not look like that and it would not read like that, but you get the idea. Okay. I gave them something that they're looking for. I know for a fact that they want something to do with crypto, and they probably want something to do with earning income online. That's the guess, because of the philosophies and the beliefs that I put out there. However, I got them there, right? However, I marketed my business, or whether I did it organically by just putting content out there until people started following me because I didn't have the marketing budget, which we're going to talk about. However, I got there, my headline needs to resonate with some of those philosophies that I have in my head, and also what I know that they're going to want. Now, why do I know what they're going to want? Because they already follow me, y'all. They already follow me. I've been talking. I've been putting it out there, right? They didn't just magically show up on James Ward's page. No, they believe in what I believe. I've already laid that groundwork, right? Even if it's the first time that they ever saw any of my content on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or TikTok or whatever it is, they resonated somehow enough with what I said that they landed on my landing page. So when they land on my landing page, I need to continue that message, and I need to offer them something of value so that they will give me their email address and their name. And why would I want that? Back to what Valencia said, I need to follow up with these people, because guess what? Here's what's going to happen. If I do this, if I get a proper headline and they give me the email address that I need, okay, the next step is now they're on my email list, which is awesome, because we need a list to continue to build, because the community that we're building, whether you're emailing them every day or not, doesn't matter. we need to build a community that you have, they've opted in, right? They opted to get your information whenever you want to send it. So as soon as they come into your landing page, again, this is not new stuff for some of you, but some of you it may be. I want you to get the little nuggets. I don't care about the big picture because a lot of you have seen this. The little nuggets are: number one, get your logo off. Number two, make sure your headline resonates with whatever message you're putting out there, from your philosophies, your beliefs, the value that you're adding to the market. And this right here, this is like the first impression that you're going to give someone. Okay. When I say that, what I mean is this, what you've created here, whether it be a video, an ebook, someone else's content, right? Because maybe you don't know the content, maybe a resale product that you did not create, but you're reselling because you know it has value. Whatever you're giving right here, maybe it's a vacation. Where'd I get that, Simon? Maybe it's some type of vacation, right? Simon sent me his page, so that's why I said that. Whatever you're giving right here, value-wise, it needs to be something that, again, aligns with what? Aligns with your philosophy, and also is truly going to give you some value. So let me give you an example. I'm going to go back to what I've talked about so many different times, okay? And the reason why this is easy for me to talk about, because I've done it, okay? And what I mean by that is I've had a landing page that resonates with whatever my philosophy is, that sends people to a page. Now, I told you my number one, this is my number one, videos. I like videos. And the reason why I like videos is because I think people can get a glimpse of the real me. Okay. If you're reading content, and there's nothing wrong, I'm giving, this is what I like. Some of you will not be comfortable enough to do videos, which, by the way, your success is right past your uncomfortability. How many times have you heard me say that? So I would make a video even if you're not comfortable with it. And it might take you several takes to do it, but finally you're going to get there, right? So I would encourage you that I think videos are the best selling process. How many of you much rather watch a movie than read a book? Probably most, right? So think about it that way. But the value that you give here, if I'm talking specifically about me, and my landing page was, again, about the crypto and network marketing. Maybe you've missed it, maybe you haven't, maybe you've been trying to figure this thing out. I'm going to show you the 7 steps to being able to do that. This video that I create, I don't send them to the Lion's Share page, because that does not do what I promised, right? That's what most of you do, though. You have some headline over here on your landing page, and what you're offering over here on your value page, it's nothing, or your thank you page, whatever you want to call it. It has nothing to do with your landing page. These two have to match up, right? Or people are going to be disappointed. Back to the movie thing. Can you imagine going and buying a ticket for a Dwayne Rock movie, and you get in there and, I don't know, it's Meryl Streep? You see what I'm saying? Like, give them what you said you're going to give them, and make sure it's great. Make sure it's something that you would want, that would help you. There's a lot of great ebooks out there that other people have written that you can buy, right? There's a lot of resale products, like little technology things that are little cool things that can be extensions that you maybe have bought one time for like $7, but you have the master resale rights on, and you can make it your own, right? You can do a lot of stuff here with not a lot of money, right? Maybe it's somebody else's content. I've seen a lot of people out there that they'll start a video and then they will introduce themselves, and then they'll cut to someone else talking about something specific. Okay. So what I mean by that is, maybe you don't have the knowledge that you need yet, but you're wanting to piggyback on the back of others. So imagine it working like this. Hey, this is James Ward. Listen, thank you so much for opting into this page. As I said, I want to give you the value that I said that I would on the last page. So here's the deal. I have been following this person for so long, and they're the expert in cryptocurrency, at least this specific market. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break to them. I'm going to allow them to come out and tell a little bit about what we're talking about here. And then I'm going to come right back to you. Okay. So I cut to whoever it is, and then I come back. Hopefully you got a lot of value out of that. Now, someone else that I've been able to work with is this person right here, and they're excellent at this. Here's this person, right? I mean, you don't want to make a 30-minute video. You get the point. I'm adding value that maybe I don't understand yet. I don't have the answers yet. It does not matter. I know that I still know more than most people, because you came to my landing page, you entered your name, and now I'm giving you exactly what I said. So after, on this page, after I give them what they want, After I deliver that value, my very last thing is the pitch for them to start working with me somehow. Now, does that mean that we have to send them to Lionshare? No. Okay. What it means is you want them to start working with you some way, some fashion. Now, it may be that they only work with you because they've given you their information. They just wanted the free gift that you wanted to give them. Okay. That's a lot of people. A good percentage of people are. We're not worried about them. We're worried about the 10% of people or whatever it is that actually care about what you gave them and are interested to get more of your knowledge and ask you more questions and get to know you even better. And maybe at this point, even be pushed far enough to be able to make a decision. But I want you to think about this. Okay. So if I'm given this value here, okay, I give the video. At the end of the video, I say something like this. Listen, I really hope you enjoyed the video. I mean, these are the 7 steps that have helped me be able to do whatever it is. Okay. I don't want you to over embellish, but be able to allow me to work from home, be able for me to allow me to earn some income for my family from home. Now, if you would like to work directly with me, there's a couple projects that I do, and depending on your budget will kind of depend on that. But if you'd like to get started with me here today, click this button below and I'm going to take you directly to the business that has allowed me to do whatever. Okay. Now, this next page, again, in my opinion, should not be the Lion Share page. Even if you are pitching them on Lion Share, I still don't think this page should be Lion Share yet. I think this page still should be you, or maybe a recorded webinar. Okay. And by webinar, I'm talking about one of the overview calls that maybe one of the ladies have done for us, or maybe one that I've done. Or here's a fine idea, maybe one that you do, right? Like, so if you can imagine your video being right here, and let's just assume for now that we are working on Lion Share. So the sales pitch was something like, hey, if you want to come work with me with this platform, listen, I know most of you may not have a lot of money. That's okay. You can get started for as little as $6. I'm going to show you on the next page. Just click the button. You don't have to give me anything right now, no credit cards or anything like that. Just click the button. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing. And on this page right here, which would be considered like maybe a sales page, this is where I'm truly going to make the pitch. Okay. So if it's Lion Share, great. If it's another opportunity, maybe you're wanting to sell them something specific from you that you have created. Most people don't. That's fine as well. So we got the landing page that aligned with our philosophies. We have the value that we absolutely delivered exactly what we said we were going to deliver, even if it's an ebook. Now, you can see why I like the video, because I like the idea of being able to pitch them on why they would want to go to this next page with my mouth, not just with words. But if you don't feel comfortable, it's okay. You can still do it with content. It would be very simple. Say, hey, here's your free gift. Congratulations. If you're really looking to take things to the next level, if you're looking to earn income from home today and you'd like to learn more about one of the businesses I work with, click here. That's a lot easier than just say, hey, here's my landing page. Give me your email. Oh, here's the business that I do. Do you guys understand what's being built right here? Give me a number 7 if you can see the difference in what I'm drawing out here for you versus what 97% of people are doing. And be honest, because if you don't, I'm cool with that too. I mean, I want honest feedback, because to me, this relationship, which is really what we're building in this step right here, is the most crucial part, right? We got to have that in order for people to really truly want to do business with you. Now, I'm not saying and I'm not suggesting that you can't get sales from people just coming through like a normal business would do it. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is they're going to be few and far between, and you're going to be asking yourself, why is everybody earning all this money and I'm not? That's what you're going to be asking yourself. So let's concentrate on this page here just for a second. Okay. Now, as I said, on this page right here, this is the sales pitch page. So you also need to have a really good headline. And what do you think your headline might need to match up with? It needs to match up with whatever your final line of your video was, right? If you want to learn how to earn, if you want to work with me and learn how to earn crypto from home, then click this button. My headline should say something. It still shouldn't even have a Lion Share logo on it yet. It should say something like, hey, congratulations. You're now on your way to being able to earn crypto and income from home by this special program that you can get started with for as little as $6. Watch the video below. Okay. Video below here. This could be your personal webinar about Lionshare. It could be my webinar. It could be Stephanie and Marlene's webinar. It's whatever you think your people will click with, right? You could do a condensed version. You could do your own thing. You don't have to show a PowerPoint. You could do anything you want that shows the Lionshare business and the power of it. And by the way, I'm using Lionshare because this is a Lionshare training, but I don't care what this is. Okay. You could be pitching any business that you want here, but just make sure that whatever you are delivering on this page actually gets into it and explains to people what it is. And the final step would be a button right here that says, yes, yes, I'm ready to get started with you today. Now, here's the deal. Let's go back to what Valencia says. There's going to be some people that will come all the way through the landing page. They'll watch your value. They will get right here. They'll begin to watch this video. Their phone will ring. Their kids will scream. They'll remember they had to go pick up someone. It's dinner time. Their significant others yelling at them, get off that stinking computer. That's all you do is look at that computer. Come on, let's eat. And they're going to forget about your video. Okay. They are. It's going to happen. There's going to be people that watch 5 minutes of it. They don't get all the way through. And even if they say, I'm going to lead this up and come back to it, most of them don't, because what happens, this is a shiny object industry, right? So people start finding other things. That's why, just like Valencia said, we absolutely have to have them on an email sequence that says, hey, what happened? You came, you checked out my video. What happened? Did you, I see you didn't finish it, or whatever it is. You know, there's a lot of different plugins and platforms that you can use that allow you to do that. So it's just following up with them and your follow-up sequence, which, by the way, I'm going to help you with this stuff. Okay. So I'm actually going to have an email sequence that I will write out and I will share with you guys, and you can use it if you want to. Okay. You don't have to, but I'm going to do that because I do a lot of copywriting, like, you know, a lot of the website stuff that you see, the videos and things like that. I do that. Okay. So I'm not saying I'm a great copywriter, but what I am going to say is I know that I can get into people's heads with the right information without it being some big sales pitch about you're going to make $5 million a year and look at my Lamborghini. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to walk people through why. We're going to touch them in a way that they can feel it personally, that they want to do business with you. Okay. So even though we may have people come through here and you may get discouraged because no one signed up with you today, right? I had 15 people come through my landing page today. They got the value, they got the free product. They even made it to the last stage and not one of them signed up with me. This doesn't work any better. Look, it works. It just may not work as quick as you want to, right? You remember, and some of you will remember if you came to the first training, some of you won't. I told you specifically that you need to have more what than you have time. Can anybody tell me what I said? You need to have more blank than you have time. What is that blank? Can someone tell me? Leads. You need to have more leads than you have time, because here's what happens with y'all. Okay. And it happened with me as well. I would become so invested in one or two people that showed a lot of interest and never did anything. That would spend my entire time. And then guess what I would do? I would get a little bit desperate. Like, you know, you guys have been in those relationships where maybe you like someone maybe a little bit more than they like you. And you're like, oh, should I call them? Should I not call them? I'm going to call them. And then like you call them, you talk for a second. Oh, maybe I'll text them. Even though I haven't heard from them, I'll send them a text. It's the same thing. It's that desperation that people can feel in you, even if you don't know that they can feel it, right? So we're going to send them emails, but your objective is to have more time or more leads than you have time. And the reason why is because we don't want any attachment to anybody, right? And that sounds really bad, but if you are attached to an outcome or a lead, you know, it is a bad deal. If you're waiting by the phone or you're waiting by your email or your, you know, whatever, just to see, is that person, that one person that you had that great conversation with today, are they going to buy? It's a bad place to be in, because most of the time you think it went really well, and even if it did, it may not be the right time for them. So you can't get stuck on that. We got to have more leads than we have time. Okay. So we're going to talk about some of those things. And, you know, Simon mentioned traffic in the beginning. So we'll talk about some of those things. We can't get into that today because we're not going to have enough time. But as you guys can see, I'm committed to this process now. I'm kind of in a different spot where I can actually commit some time to this and really get you through it. And that's what I want you to do. I want to give you everything that you need for you to be successful. So I'm going to erase this. We were recorded this. Okay. So you're going to be able to go back and look at this. But this section right here, if you don't get anything else, I'm going to talk right now about, the three different areas as much time as I can. I'm going to try to get out of here, at the top of the hour. So it's going to be really quick. So we're going to have to come back next week for sure. But the key thing here is I want to make sure you got all this and understand this. Your funnel may not look exactly like this, by the way. It could have different steps in it, depending on what you're selling and stuff like that. But I wanted you to understand the basic concepts of being able to share what you have, being able to deliver that from a value standpoint, and then making your pitch of coming to work with you, not a company. You never say, hey, come work with this company. You are coming to work with me, because guess what? No matter where you go, no matter what platform you do, I don't care. Maybe you're going to sell t-shirts for a cause, right? Or you're going to raise money for a charity. Imagine having a group of people, hundreds and thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people following you and whatever you say you do. Wouldn't that be cool? If you knew you needed to create income like now, and being able to send out a message saying, hey, here's a really cool ebook. Maybe you're only making $10 on it, but you got 10,000 people that said yes. I'm in for that, right? You should be in for that. And that's what we're working towards, is try to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this off. Okay. And I'm going to save that just in case someone wants it. Okay, so let's talk about. I told you that we're going to talk about. There's basically three different categories of people right now, and we're going to get into this more as we go. Again, I know I'm going to run out of time here, but there's some of you that have zero money right now, right? You might be in that category saying, well, James, this is super cool. Like, I would love this, but I literally don't have any money. Or let's say 0 to 50. Okay. You have 0 to $50 to your name to be able to do anything with, to be able to get your business going. Okay. Now, I would tell you straight away, if you have $50 and it's your last $50 and you need it for your family, I'm going to tell you use it on your family. Okay, I'm just telling you that's my approach. Even though I think we can do this, I think you can get an entire funnel set up, and I'm going to show you some of the ways to do that for this. Okay, there's also going to be some of you that you have a little bit of money, but maybe you don't want anything to do with the technical side of the business. Okay, so you have a little bit of money, but technically it is a no for you, meaning that you don't even want to take the time to understand how to build one of these out, right? That's going to be a lot of you, by the way. A lot of you will like well, maybe you not like what you saw, but you'll be able to kind of get it. But at the same time, you're already in your head thinking, I don't want to spend the time to build out my own funnel. I don't want to do that. Okay. So I'm going to show you some ways that if you do have the money, and when I say the money, I'm not talking about like thousands of dollars. I'm talking about some different ways that I can help build out some funnels and actually share them with you. Okay. So there's some of those options out there for you as well. And then there's some of you out there that you do have the money and you do want to learn this, right? You have the want to. Let's put it like that. That's, hold on, the want to. The want to. You want to learn how to do it. You have the time to do it. And you understand that if you could learn this one skill, that this could be the difference between struggling every single month versus being able to build something. Now, if you're in this category, what you probably need to understand too is this is not an overnight thing, right? It does take some time to build lists, right? And I've had lists. By the way, a list doesn't always mean anything. I've had lists that are, 500,000 big. That's the truth, right? But it didn't mean that like I could just email all those 5,000 people, 500,000 people, and they would do what I said. So you got to be confident in your list. What we're trying to do is we're trying to create followers here and people that love you and your message and what you do. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So depending on what category you are in here will also depend on, what services or what companies and things like that you can actually work with when it comes to building a funnel. Okay. So on the next time, and I'm not going to leave it as a cliffhanger. Okay. I'm not going to do that. Like next time, what I am going to tell you right now, though, is I'm going to save this really quickly. Is I'm going to put in a couple companies here right now, that I think you could check out. And they all have different things. And I can't get into all of that today. That's why I'm telling you we're going to have to come back. But I've built funnels on all of these. Okay. And I know there's a lot of ones out there. It just depends on what your budget is. So if your budget is really low, you don't have much money at all. Okay. There is a little website, happens to be one of the biggest in the world, called WordPress. Okay. Now you're going to have to be more technical, or a little bit more technical. It's actually super easy. In fact, I mean, I'll show you my website here in 1 second. You guys will be shocked that I actually built this thing because I am not a designer. I'm nowhere even close to a designer, but I took the time to learn a skill as I was doing everything else. So WordPress would be one option that we can build out some funnels, and we'll talk about that. The second one, which is a new one, kind of, groovefunnels.com. Let me explain something, okay? I mean, I should have given you an affiliate link, but I don't do that usually. groovefunnels.com, okay? You can sign up for free and have it lifetime for free. And what that gives you is it gives you access to basically create 3 different pages. Now, some of you are going to be like, yeah, but if you do that, it doesn't allow you to create funnels. Well, it's not entirely true because you can set up multiple pages and link them to one another. Okay, so I can show you, and I will show you how we can actually do that as we get this going. So this would be an option. This is a completely free option for you. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. And the last one here, ClickFunnels, which I really like, by the way. I really like ClickFunnels, but this one right here is going to start at $99 per month. Okay. So this is going to be, this might be a little bit easier to use than some of these, but in some aspects it's not, but it is going to cost you right off the bat. So I want to be upfront with you. There's also like, there's lead pages. There's several different plugins that can go into WordPress. There's OptimizePress. I mean, so there's a lot of different ones that we can look at. Okay. We're just going to concentrate on these 3, really is what we're going to concentrate on from my perspective. This one costs 0 money. Okay. But you got to have some technical skills. This one will give you a free membership, free for life, for 3 pages. Okay. So you can upgrade when you need to. Now, let me just go on and tell you, if you go to groovefunnels.com right now and you click, or you go there and you sign up for free, they're going to automatically upsell you into a $1,300 or $1,400 platform. Okay. So just know that when you go and sign up, that's what it's going to do. Okay. And I see, let's see here. Aaron's saying there's one. I'm going to put it here. What is that? Builder. Builderall. Is that .com, I assume? Builderall.com. Maybe you can't read my writing. Maybe you can. It's builderall.com. So Aaron, that might be a good one. And I'm sure there's a bunch out there and he says this one's for $30. Okay. What I do like about, there's different ones that I like different things about. You see, even if you use WordPress, there is going to be some plugins and stuff that you have to do. It's a lot more technical. Where, like, these that we're mentioning down here are already pre-built for you. It is a drop and drag, as Aaron says, which means you just drop something and drag it into the website. It's simple to do. Okay. So here's the other alternative though. Okay. I also can go out there and potentially build some funnels and share them with you on some of these platforms. Okay. If you want to use it, but you're going to want to make it your own, regardless of what I do. It's not going to work, because what it's going to do is, if I build a funnel and I put all my information in there, who do you think your people are going to follow, me or you? They're going to follow me. I don't care if they found me on your site. If I do a good enough job, they're going to come back to me. Okay. I don't want that to happen for you. I want them to follow you. So it goes back to the very beginning of setting this foundation. So as we go forward into next week, we're going to talk about some of these, and we're going to talk about building this out. I'm actually going to show you some of the ways to build it out. And we're also going to start talking about traffic, because that's super important. But let me tell you something. If you don't have your sales process in place first before you start driving traffic, you may as well take that money and flush it down the toilet or whatever you're doing, because it's not going to work, right? It goes back to like putting a logo on a website or on the front of your lead capture page. Those leads are gone. I can assure you. If you send 1,000 people there, they've already gone. They're gone. So just let that go, but correct it as soon as you can. Okay. So with that being said, what I'm going to do here is we're going to actually wrap this up for today because it is 11:01. We're going to do the drawing. Let me ask you something though. I ask this every time. Did you guys get some value from that? Give me like a number 5 if you got something out of this today. If it taught you something that you think you can take into your business, let me know. Awesome. And that's not to pat me on the back. That's because I don't want to sit up here and talk for an hour and you guys be sitting there glassy eyed, like, what is this dude talking about? That's ridiculous, right? So thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you guys got something out of it. So now it is time for the drawing. What I'm going to do, let me grab the names here. Give me just a second. So everybody should have already sent their name to Marie or their ID. Sorry about that, depending on if you are a member or not. All right, so give me just a second. This thing's loading up. I'll grab all of these and we will get this thing going. Now, as a reminder, you have to be here to be able to win, obviously. So this is a way that we're going to do this, and this is the way that we did it last time, and it worked pretty well. I'm basically going to give you 30 seconds from the time that I announce who the winner is. If you do not let's put it like this. You need to let Marie know. So the same person that you sent your ID or your name to, if I call out your ID, you let her know. Don't let me know. Don't let Marlene or Stephanie know. You immediately send Maria Elena a text and let her know. Okay. So
James, can you have Marie maybe raise her hand? It'll put her at the top of the screen.
Yeah. Marie, raise your hand if you know how to do that.
I don't know how to do that.
It's in the reactions. There's a smiley face at the bottom. Just click on it and then it'll let you, it'll give you the option to raise your hand.
It only gives me emojis.
Yes. Just
Okay,
the thumbs up or the clap, anything.
Okay, so she's got the clap there. You guys can see it. Oh, she's got the clap. I don't know. Depending on how old you are, you'll get that joke. So, all right, here we go. I think I just showed how old I was. I don't know if that's a good one. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. You guys let me know. Can you guys see the wheel spinning?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So we already got everybody's information in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click this little button. It's going to spin. It's going to land on a name or a number. We're going to then give you 30 seconds to send Maria Elena a message saying, hey, that is me. I'm here. You have to be here to get it. If it's not, you're not getting it. We're just moving on. Okay, here we go for number 1. This is for 1,000 Tron. All right, 3,488, 3488. Are you here? If you are, will you please message Maria Elena right now and say, yes, that's me. 3488.
They are here, Jose.
Awesome. Jose, congratulations, Jose. That's awesome. So we're going to remove Jose because Jose, you can only win once, brother. All right, so here we go. This is for another 1,000. This would be number 2. The winner is 51,964. That's 51964. Are you here? If you are, please let Maria Elena know. Are you here? Five 51964.
I got a person, Thustia.
Okay, that's them?
Yes.
Okay, congratulations. How'd you say that name, Marie? Do better.
Thustia.
I'm just kidding. You guys know I butcher names all the time, so I got to give Marie some grief here. All right, so that congratulations. Here is number 3. We're 2 for 2. This is great. 1,655. Marlene, you're kind of smiling. Do you know that person or something? Oh, okay. 1,655. Are you here? Let Marie Elena know by sending her a message on the chat. 1655. Got about 15 seconds left. 1655. If you're here, let Marie Elena know. We're gonna have to move on. 5, 4, 3.
I think we have somebody read me. They said hi. I don't know if that means that's them.
If you're 1655, you need
Okay.
to know, say it's
They
me.
are.
It
It's
is
read me.
Redney. Congratulations. That's awesome. Okay, here we go. Let's go on to the next one. 3 for 3. Right. 9719. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was like that close to 696, and they won last time. I remember. So 9719. 9719. If you're here, please let Marie Elena know in the chat as soon as possible. You got 30 seconds.
They are here, Martins.
Martins, congratulations, Martins. All right, this is number 5, I think. Let's keep it going. All right, looks like we have a guest. How do you say that name, Marie?
I'd like to hear you try to say it.
I would say D.
Another what? Oh, did he send another email?
What was that?
On America's Funniest.
I don't know who that is talking. If you are here, let Marie Elena know in the chat, or I guess we could probably search them in the. Do you guys see them?
I'm looking.
They're here.
All right, awesome, congratulations. All right, here we go. This is number 6. It's a lot faster when people are here. All right, this is like a brand new person, or fairly new. 79,838. 79838. Are you here?
Melinda is here. That's who won.
Melinda. All right, Melinda, congrats. That's awesome. Fairly new member, so welcome to the team. All right, here we go. Last one. Let's go 7 for 7. How about it? All right, 62,637. 62637. Are you here? Don't let us down, because I mean, we have went 6 for 6. Everybody else is like, don't be here, don't be here. Are you here? You've got like 15 seconds. 62637. Send Marie Elena a text or a chat. 62637. You got 10 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. I'm sorry you missed out. Here we go. This is for the 7th and final one. Lucky number 7. Let's see what happens here. All right, 52,357. Are you here? 52357. you are here, please send Marie Elena a text and let her know in the chat.
I have somebody raise their hand. Alma Carte. Alma, is that you? I can't say, I can't tell for sure. Alma, is that your number?
Yes, it's me.
Oh, awesome, Alma. Congratulations.
She's been so lucky. She's won numerous times here.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Alma?
Philippines.
Philippines. What part of the Philippines?
I'm in Mindanao from Ming, team of Mindanao team.
Yeah, I know. That's awesome. Well, congratulations. Fantastic. So,
Thank
well,
you.
yeah, absolutely. So here's the deal. Here's how you get your Tron. If your ID was called, we already have your Tron address, right? So you don't have to worry about that. We will send it directly to you. We've been doing it the same day. Marlene's, I will admit, she's had to send me a text like at 10 o'clock at night saying, are you going to do this? But I will get it done today. Okay. So you will have your 1,000 Tron today. If your ID was called, we don't need anything from you. Now, if you are a new member, right, or you're a visitor, we got to get an address from you. So you're going to want to contact our support. If one of y'all can throw the support telegram in there, you will just contact us there and we will get your Tron to you. So congratulations to everybody. So listen, I don't want to keep anybody any longer. I mean, this is a long enough meeting. I want to say thank you for taking the time to come out. Most importantly, I hope you got some value out of it. I mean, the drawings are always fun, but my hope is that you got something out of this today that you can take and your brain's going to start cooking this weekend. And what I'm hoping for each of you is you don't take this like a diet. And what does that mean? You guys hear me talk about food all the time because I'm a big foodie, as you can tell, but I'm all about like not waiting to start something. Most of you are going to say, I'm going to start this Monday, right? Or I'm going to start working on this Monday because it's Friday and that's your excuse not to want to do anything today, Saturday or Sunday. Like give yourself some rest time and then we'll do this. No, get on it. Like if you're serious about your business, forget about Monday. Today's your day, right? Today is the day that I start getting my mind right. Today is the day that I start figuring out what my core 3 philosophies are. And today is the day that I'm going to do my very first post on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, probably all 3, right? I'm going to do it and I'm going to start to tell people, I'm going to get the message out there, what my message is, like what my philosophies are on business or cryptocurrency or whatever it is, life, it doesn't matter. You're going to be shocked how many people follow you. So I appreciate your time. Thank you all so much for coming out. Congratulations to the winners. Stephanie, Marlene, Amy, Marie, everyone who helped out here today. I greatly appreciate it as always. And we will see you guys for the next one. I will be doing this next week. I'm going to look, I think it's going to be Tuesday morning, but I'll let everybody know for sure exactly when we're going to come back and we're going to start dissecting some of these, like how do we actually get this implemented where we can start moving into how do we get traffic? Like how do we actually send people to this sales process that now we have created? How do we get people here? They don't just magically show up. So we'll get into some of that as well. So you guys have a great weekend. Make sure today is your day. Don't wait till Monday. All right. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for your time.